quite a bit of glare on the screen. So I can't really see too well what's going on there. But hello, how you doing? Hope you're well. New Orleans is, as usual, awesome, despite 10 days ago having a pretty crazy hurricane. I don't think what people really recognize or realize about hurricanes, it's not the the weather event itself. It's afterwards. I think there's this like a post-apocalyptic hurricane. Like we already got the other nonsense going on in the world. Then there's like this hurricane that people left before, and then some actually left afterwards. Like they dealt with the hurricane because the hurricane, unless you're in a really bad, it's like what's that? Uh-oh. See, look at that. The wind event just knocked my phone over. So it's not necessarily the wind event itself. Anyways, if you live somewhere where I know you probably see on the news, and that's not necessarily New Orleans. That's like more south of here, and like we can get into the Three Little Pigs story, and we get into socioeconomic status and culture like that, and the places that got the most, you can see the most like, well, that house is broken and it is ruined, and yes, there is plenty of that. There's a little bit in the city proper, New Orleans, but the majority of it is the afterward. It's the afterwards. Cleaning out your fridge, the stench of it, the stench of the streets, the amount of money people lose because of, well, I mean, you have to basically throw your refrigerator out. So if you went shopping before that, you don't have, and the little things, doing your laundry, little difficult. Like right now, I was like, oh, I got power on, but that doesn't help me do laundry because I have to go to a laundromat to get my stuff done. So I still got that to deal with, and then you got the mold issues in places. Like a lot of people's houses, just mold damage. It's huge. It's not like the hurricane was like, all right, people just go, okay, cover the windows, cover the doors, and just chill for a minute. Go to a bar, have a hurricane party at a bar. Yeah, that happens all the time. But it's afterwards when there's like, right now it's like a 9th of September. So what? 11 days maybe, I guess, 12 days, whatever. And for me to go, like, I know it'd be excessive for me to go, I would like to go to a restaurant because I don't eat out like that. I don't require these things. But it'd be nice to have to go cook out, to go to what's that, bro? It'd be nice to go to a restaurant, but nothing's really open. There's some places that are, but it's you went to, like yesterday I went and a friend of mine picked me up, and I was like, oh, let's go. He's like, do you want to go somewhere? I was like, yes, like wherever. I don't, well, it was 2 days ago actually. And I was like, yeah, anywhere. I don't care. And so we drove around the entire city looking for places that were open, bars, restaurants. Nothing's open. Because you gotta figure restaurants too. Like once they open back up, and I'll check the comments in a second. They gotta restock. So that's already one thing, right? They got to restock. So it's not like just because the power comes on, they can open up. And then they got to go, oh, do I have employees that are mentally, emotionally, and physically capable of coming to work? And physically meaning like how many people left the city. So there's all of that goes into it. I mean, the emotional, the psychic, the collective consciousness. It's like, yeah, I'm at City Park right now. There's a few people out, and it's good. It's nice. People are out playing. Everybody's waving hello. But all in all, man, people think it's a hurricane. Then the hurricane's over. Like, oh, it was just a hurricane. No. The afterwards, there's so many other things that go into it. Like my building still has a couple generators, and they still haven't turned all the electricity on because the amount of electricity, even though if you looked at the news, they might say like 90% of the city has power. I don't think so. They have not put up 90% of the available power because they can't. Everything all the substations and shit broke, man. That's if you ever played with electricity, you know how it works. You got to replace all of those. You can't just throw the whole 100% of the amperage to the system. So, anyways, so you got. Luckily, I got some AC and I got some sleep, which is a weird thing. Now I feel like hungover on sleep because like I didn't sleep for a week and a half at all, and then you get a nice long nap in some cool weather. Oh man, glorious. And I will remind everybody, if you, because I came out here yesterday, if you guys want to donate to me, that's very helpful. I will probably not spend much of it on myself. I'll just go out and buy some goodies for people that need it, because there was the homeless population prior, and now there's a higher degree of homeless population, and people that just like, people can't work, there's nothing to do, people that were working in the service industry, which has been destroyed already for the past 18 months for some unknown reason. Now it's even more so. Like, just when things were kind of being open, bars and restaurants open, servers, and they were starting to get back to work and make some money. Now they're not making any money, and the restaurants basically just giving away their food for free. And now they're trying to open back up, and nobody's here. It's a whole thing. So if you want to donate to me, CashApp, PayPal, and y'all know me, so I'm not gonna spend it on myself. I'll buy myself some beer, and then the rest of it will go towards, like, I kind of want to eat today, but we'll see. But I'll go and support other people that need it. Who's up in here? Let me see. What's up, Instance? What's up, big boy? What's up, Skull? My Deva. What's going on? Yeah, so here's where I'm kicking it. If you guys want to see this cool part of the park here, these are. Let me flip this around. Hold on. Can we do it this way? Is this gonna work? This might not work. If I do something weird with my phone. Oh, there we go. So check it out. This I call the Parthenon. we got the lions. And we got this stagnant ass pond right here. There used to be two right there. There used to be two. You see one of them right there. And this has been gone for a little bit, but there used to be two giant fountains, which was nice because it kept all that from happening. And I don't know why they never fixed that. So here's where I'm kicking it. There's the Great Lawn. You guys have probably seen me here before. Great Lawn. And that is one of the best places to kick a soccer ball or play some football. The grass is magical. And I don't know how that stayed so short. I think it's probably like, what, Kentucky bluegrass or something like that. And there's like a little golf course right there, a little putting green. The golf course is up there. Yeah, anyways, I don't know. Just so I'm trying to, what would you say, like wrap my head around the, I don't know, it's this weird somewhere in between contemplative depression, and like, I like used to read all these stories, and then when I went and drove around the city with my buddy, it's just like the amount of places that have like trees down, broken shit, nowhere's open. It's and like just reading stories online of like people, like what they have to deal with, and then knowing my entire building and how many people dipped, and then why, and then just coming. I mean, it's nice because you come in, then you kind of like, humanity's good. People come in, help, cleaning up, working. You get it, but man, like whenever they talk about like return to normalcy or whatever. Like I wonder, like, what is that? What did that even look like? Like after this other thing that's going on, this whole shammery. This just it got frosting on the cake, I guess. Frosting on the cupcakes. I don't know. and it's still like, even though there's power places, like I can't find a place to go charge my phone. Internet is, I don't know how that's working for everybody else. I've lucked out with my internet connections; they're pretty stable. Uh, yeah, just fucking dicking around out here. I mean, for me, it's not much different than what I normally do, but it is quite an interesting thing to walk around and see everybody else. Like going, what am I supposed to do right now? Like people that have like, what's up, broski? How you doing?
I like how you have this like cell phone on iPod.
Yeah, we doing it, man.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, cheers, buddy. Yeah, not too bad. It was like $15, man.
Fuck yeah, man. I need to get me one.
So yeah, it's like an interesting thing to like when you're walking around. Like normally I walk around and you bump into people. And you go, hey, what's going on? What's good? And now you like when you see someone, you go, oh, like what's up? When are you gonna be back to work? There's all sorts of jobs. There's all sorts of like. It's really interesting because I'd heard that there were like apartments that are trying to charge more now, which makes no sense because I don't even know what the population is here anymore. And I've heard of so many people that they basically can't or won't or don't want to come back to New Orleans. So I'm like, is there going to be like, is this gentrification? Is an influx of tourists, an influx of people from out of state trying to buy property on the cheap now? And so now rent goes up, which it shouldn't. But then you got to think about it. Everybody left, so now the building still needs to pay their mortgage, right? And the house still needs to pay their mortgage. So you got to pay more. But then nobody can make money here doing the things they used to do. So it's like it's an interesting conundrum, huh? Wouldn't you say? Like I was gonna take you guys on an adventure to go find somewhere that's open to eat some food. But I'd asked around, like, man, and shit, nothing's open. There's like 2 spots that are within walking distance for me that are food capable. Yeah. Interesting, the bus thing. You had to kneel to peel your meal. Yeah, man, it's mad interesting out here. It's I mean I can still imagine because I get as I was getting at the earlier the collective unconscious, well, subconscious, the collective, like, getting Freudian, all that shit, But, there is a certain energy that penetrates your auric field and what's going on here as a collective. And it's like, I don't know. It's like that. It's not quite apocalyptic, but it is a little bit. It's like, well, what is there to do right now? Where to go? What to eat? I think it's basically everybody is just in cleanup mode. People just cleaning. That's about it. Just clean. But that doesn't really does that. Who's if someone's not working but they need something clean, they'll do it themselves. But if they like, how to explain it, mentally and physically, everybody is in a let me try to explain it this way. So for me, y'all know me, like eating and not eating is the same thing to me. The only thing I really need is like a warm beer once in a while. Everybody else, if they're not eating, if they don't get to eat once in a day, twice in a day, 3 times in a day, they're mentally, like physically they're doing better, but mentally they don't know how to deal with the process of the feeling of not having food. Even though obviously you don't need so much food, not much at all in fact. But for them to process that comes out as like a physical thing. People like stressing, stress eating. So there's like stress to be had. So they eat out of stress, but then they can't eat. So that's stress. You see the double entendre? It's like not double entendre. It's like I don't know, catch 22 something, where like it's hard to find food. Like I was up at the stadium just around the corner from here on City Park, and the line literally went to, like, if you look at a picture of the map of City Park, the line for people driving was, I don't know how many miles of cars just waiting to pick up free food. And people just sat there like sitting in a McDonald's drive-thru for 6 hours for some food. So what are they doing? It was already hard to get gas. So they get gas and then they pull up in there and they just sit there burning, wasting gas, turn it off once in a while, turn it back on. Like, and then just like sitting there going, what do I have to do right now? I gotta go get some food. And that's their whole motivation. It's like fear, consumption, and the consumption is food. People like how much culture revolves around food and eating. It's interesting. It's I'm trying to process that feeling because I'm just watching other people, like, just the little things that normally people do. What they require, but it comes down to the basic things. Get to Maslow's hierarchy. I don't believe it's the right way, but close. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, pyramid of like what you need. What do you need first? It's like food, clothing, shelter. Is that about that? I disagree with the first one, obviously. Until you reach, what is it, like 7 steps until self-actualization, self-realization, something like that. And people sitting there like on base level, trying to find food. What else would they be doing? Just wait to get some food, just to get snacks. Speaking of, as these people still require it, it's kind of like, here's the question. You can donate to me, and I'll go get some people some food. CashApp, PayPal, all that shit. The question I had a long time ago that I like to present to people, like, if a junkie, if a crackhead in the city that you're driving by needs money for drugs, do you give them money for drugs? And why or why not? I think it's a very important question. It's like, what am I going to spend it on? Food, drugs, and liquor myself, What are you going to spend it on? Like, and if the person really needs it, because, you can't just take somebody and, somebody's like a heroin addict or whatever, a crackhead, like literally smokes crack. You can't just take that. You have to wean them off of it. You can't. So it's like you can't just, everybody just can't cold turkey change their, hey, look at this homeless dude. Why he ain't got a job? Why you sitting over here with missing? He got one shoe on, and you're wondering why he's not like a some sort of he doesn't have a. It's so funny because how many people that I know that are into politics that are literal crackheads? I mean, didn't Marion Barry, like, wasn't he something big deal in New York, and like he was a fucking crackhead, like literally smoked crack, and then got reelected? Are you going to tell me these people are? The point is I'm getting at a little humor in there, but people need to eat, man. So if you guys want to donate, I'll go get them food or whatever. I get myself a little chicken box or something. I don't know. I do apologize if these are not more informative as my older videos about things, but this is what we're doing right now. We're just chilling. Hopefully everybody else there is alright. You doing well? What you been up to? What's up, iron worker? Ooh, the audio's bad. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I guess there's a little wind on the side. Sorry, y'all. If the audio was bad, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, there's a breeze once in a while, but I don't think there's really a way to stop it. I don't really have a solution for that. No, it's interesting too. Another reason that it's a very stark thing for me. So I was walking. I walk to the park most every day. I walk to the park to feed the ducks and to how about the folks that I know. And there's this woman that has literally been sitting on a bench, and I'm not kidding you, sitting on the same bench for like 5 days in a row, and then she moved and she went somewhere else. But I'm telling you, she was in the exact same spot, and I know it because I come to the park multiple times a day. It's just something to do. I say hi to things and walk around, enjoy it. And she's sitting on a bench for like, and I'm just like, what? She got some bags, she got some things, and it's like, how to help this? How do you help this situation? What can you do here? It's not that you don't see. It's not that I haven't, walked amongst and hung out with houseless, homeless people. You know what I mean? And it reminds me of the Louis C.K. joke, where he was like, he's walking around New York City, and he's with his, his niece or something, who's like, I don't know, 8 years old, and she's from somewhere else, and she's never seen homeless people. And if you've ever been to any major city, you understand what it is. And he's like, dude sitting on the ground, like needs help, whatever. And Louis goes, so he's walking by with his niece, and his niece goes, "Hey, we need to, can we help him? We gotta." And he goes, "No, you just leave him there." He's like, he's trying to go, how do you explain to someone that's how do you explain to a child, like, you can't help that person, like literally you can't. That's just them. You just leave that alone, throw them a buck here and there, whatever, but all in all, you can't help them. How do you explain that to a child? Interesting. His version is a lot more polished of that joke. And it's funny because it's not a joke. It's literally something he dealt with, and he just like, well, this is that, and what do you do? Yeah, pick him up off the ground, give him a bath, put him in a hotel. Nah, no, you can't do that. You guys keep falling over. So I was hoping to come over to the park and find some donuts. Oh, excuse me, beignets. It's not open. Although I don't really prefer to consume these things. It's basically, it's a carnival. It's a circus. It's a festival. The fact that the staple item in New Orleans is literally a carny food. Fried ball of dough. New Orleans is a fried ball of dough and an overpriced coffee. Now, don't get me wrong. Are these fried balls of dough delicious? Yes. But yeah. The fact that we got to be fancy and call them beignets call them what it is. Sugar. Sugar on a ball of dough. A donut. It's weird when people that are like that deal with depression, like seeing it is the worst. Like seeing it is like, oh man, like because you know, I mean, if you've ever been depressed about something, you know there's cycles to it. You know like why that happens. There's chemicals, there's thoughts, there's all sort of thing. But when you see somebody like going through it, you're just like, what can I do here? Like, fuck it. Let me sit down and shoot the shit with you. Have a beer with you. What do you want? You want a snack? That's about it, man. I mean, who said it? Basically, life is not like one long event. It's just like you get these little moments and pockets of these tiny little. I think it's more Louis C.K. stuff. It's tiny little moments of, wasn't that nice? And then it's gone. The rest of it, you to oblige your own sanity, you have to kind of just go, hey, let's take it easy, huh? What's up, y'all? So I was reading a post the other day about somebody that worked in a convenience store, and there was people that were from out of town, and they were how did the person put it? They just wanted to see what it looked like in the aftermath of disaster, of chaos. And they came in the store. And they just blatantly asked for a discount. They're like, "Hey, you got any discounts right now?" Like, but they weren't from here. They were just they were tourists. They were touring the idea of what does this look like. Hey, it's like people that come up and like, let's take pictures of the fucking projects and do fucking nothing about it. Yeah, I get it that how some sort of focus and idea on pictures and media. I get how that can be helpful to certain places, and I get it. But when people tour it as if it's like a, yeah, I find that humorous. So what else? Skull, thank you, yo. Thank you. That's awesome. Wicked. We'll see. I think there is. Funny enough, there is a donut shop that used to be here. It was called Morning Call, and Morning Call was awesome because it was 24 hours. You could come to City Park any time of day or night. I'll just sit out front and get yourself a coffee and donut and shoot the shit and whatever. It's like all the employees that be getting off of bartending at 3 or 4 or whatever come to Morning Call, and they sold it to the other company, the other beignet company. It's the same business, just a different owner. No, it's a what do they call it? A Cafe du Monde. And Morning Call is down the street now, and that one's open. This is not inspiring to me to get that, or to get that for other people. What to do? Could go to the grocery store, I suppose. Maybe grill out or something. I mean, I don't prefer hot dogs, but I guess is that like. Oh, let me ask you guys this. If you guys are still paying attention, I'll look. What's a hearty something? Like, what can you get the most of for cheap? Like, don't tell me rice, because I don't have a pot. I'm not gonna carry around a fucking you know, 5 gallon joint of rice. And like, here, you want a spoonful of rice? like what can you get that's like cheap, on the cheap and easy, and that you can feed a lot of people with? Well, you'd say hot dogs, but I don't know if that's the cheapest. And then I'd have to bring ketchup and mustard because you don't want a dry ass hot dog. And then I got to bring buns, and it's like a whole thing. I'm trying to think of what would be the most economical and largest portion, largest quantity of something. Anybody got any ideas? I mean, besides beer, because I went out and bought 2 cases of beer last night, and then gave them all away. I mean, I drank my share, of course. And I was biking all over town, weaving in and out of traffic like my middle name was Danger. with two cases of beer in the back. So the bike, and then I got a front thing on the bike. So I got like a watermelon in the front, cases of beer in the back. So not a good idea to do. And I was already a little drunk, driving against traffic. Fun times though. Kidney bean, chickpeas, ramen. Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up, Arcane? I cannot see the other person's name who said ramen. I mean, ramen is dope. I'd love to make it for people, but again, it's something I need to be able to just take out with me. Like grilling would work, but I'm not gonna bring a pot to make noodles, right? Ramen would be the best thing, but that's like a whole thing, you know. Like maybe in a couple of days, once electricity is fully restored, because they still didn't turn all the electricity on. They left the stoves off because it's electric, and that's uses a lot of power, so they kept that off. So I still couldn't even cook at my house. I mean, I could find somewhere I could be outside, like, who's got a grill? Let's go. Or I don't feel like people giving people a can of beans, fucking can of beans. A good healthy soup, yeah. A veggie lasagna. Yeah, actually, veggie lasagna sounds dope. But to see again, that's another like big prep work thing. And a veggie lasagna, don't you still have to cook the noodles first? Is there a way to get? I mean, I could do zucchini rather than noodle. But here's the other problem: is most of these stores, getting into the more logistics problem, because not all the grocery stores are getting stuff. Like the place that I go to is a small mart. It's a small little it's a grocery store, full on. You get everything you need, but it's small, and they don't really have new fresh produce in. And the other places, it's a whole. Again, it will take me a long time to stand in line, and then I got to carry the shit back. And I don't mind prep work. I just don't have a big enough kitchen to make it even feasible. I mean, for me, I'd be happy handing out cucumber. I like to eat a cucumber. I just want, just hand me a cucumber, I'll just fucking eat the thing. I like it. If I were to do that, like if I were to give people bananas, like who fucking wants bananas? Even, I can't tell you how many times I've tried to give away bananas to homeless people, and they're just looking at me like, no, I don't want a fucking banana. I was like, man, beggars can't be choosy. And you're like, yeah, but I get you, I hear you, no banana. Just hand someone a cucumber or a banana, they're gonna look at you all crooked. They don't even really like oranges, which I don't understand. There was a giant warehouse that I went to a couple days ago that they posted something online, and literally it was like the warehouse as a distribution center that they couldn't do anything with the groceries, so they put everything outside. I'm telling you, there was like, I don't know how many crates. So this building that we're in right now, this here, it would be about, if you just stack crates up about four deep, like 4 high, excuse me. It was like anything you could think of. I mean, everything was starting to go bad though, because they told everybody, I think they were trying to sell everything prior to it, and they couldn't, so they just put it out front, and like half the shit was rotten. But it was never seen so many, but it was bananas. BANANA. It was bananas. How many bananas there were? There was a bunch of other stuff too. And I got a crate full, and then I left it in my friend's car last night or 2 days ago. Yeah. Well, thanks for kicking it with me, because I'm just trying to fucking earn some time here, invest some time, I guess. Oh yeah, this is yeah. You've never seen this? This is my hood right here. Here's how we be kicking it over here. Palm trees and everything. Although some of the palm trees did get wiped out. Most of them stood up though, which is interesting. There were some bigger trees that fell, which to me it was amazing. They were bigger trees than I could put my arms around, and the wind broke some of them. But most of the palm trees are still up. Sturdy, yes. Ooh, here, I got a hard-boiled egg. I got a very funny. Why would anyone leave here, like New Orleans? I don't know. I don't know. For me, I'm just like, fuck. I mean, this is. You know when they say there's no place like home, there's no place like home? That's how I felt when I first came here. Deviled eggs though? Okay, so I used to do catering, and a friend of mine gave me a really big job to do. Cater for I don't remember how many people. It was a lot. Maybe like 200. But it wasn't like cater the whole event. It was like snacks. It was like, and I don't know what I was thinking, because I was doing it from my kitchen. I decided to do deviled eggs, and then as soon as I got into doing them, I was like, I have to crack open every single one, peel every single one of these eggs before I put all of the. I was like, deviled eggs are, while they're delicious and wonderful, that's a lot of work. When you're doing it just a few to have it as a little luncheon or whatever, yeah, it's fine. But when you do it for too many people, and it's like, oh my god, did I really just tell them that I was gonna boil I don't know how many eggs, make deviled eggs? I mean, for me, you know what would work if I had it, I would make hummus. Hummus is delicious, easy. Chickpeas and then all your other delicious goodies in there. Garlicky, lemony hummus. And then all you gotta do is, even the pita bread, you don't even got it. It's already made. We'll see. We got roller skating girl here today. You said lorded eggs. Is that what you said? Hold on. Yeah, well, they do at the store. They have it already pre-made, pre-peeled hard-boiled eggs. But actually, yeah, deviled eggs are one of my favorite things. Now that I'm thinking about it. Hey, Skull, I'm checking my PB right now. Yeah, it's still there. It's I can't do it while I'm on here, but thank you. Arcane, I don't know anything about that, but yeah, I don't know anything about that, but that's super clownish. Well, they I mean, I could understand why. Like, I could, from the state level, it's just an easy way to keep people from coming back, because if I'm saying this without any kind of conspiratorial mindset to it at all, it's not really a good idea if you're from here and you dipped, because there's not the sourcing, the infrastructure, the gas, the restaurants, it's still not in order. Like, if if everybody just came back today, it's gonna overwhelm the system again. Like it wouldn't work. So that's like a convenient way to tell people just like fucking, if you can be somewhere else, be there, you know. And if you're here, you know, help out, do what you can. Either get out of the way, do some, you know, pick some tree branches up, and do this or that, whatever. Help clean up. That's cool. But everybody that's not here coming back is probably not a great idea quite yet. I would say it'd probably be like 2 weeks. The difference is that most of the people that probably left were, as I was saying earlier, in the service industry, because they're not gonna make any money anyways. So now opening restaurants back up, that's the people that need to come back soon. Like they should come back within the next few days. But again, you know, there is that you know, there is, I don't know what the gas situation is looking like, but there's an influx of energy, and we still have, you know, the food is all went to waste, and now they got to restock everything. And where's that coming from, right? See, I think slowly, if we get the service industry people, like for the restaurants back in, and that like the employees for hotels and stuff, that's just for like out of town visitors that want to come and see the insanity of New Orleans. Yeah. The normalized New Orleans, huh? and I will say again, if you've ever been here, you'd understand. It's not like where you live. It's not like the cities you've been in. I've lived those places. It's much different. And then you throw this on top, it's just like, ugh. It's like a whole thing, man. The logistics, man. The logistics of it. And it really is. There is the, how many people could really come here? Where's the gas at? Coming in and leaving, and then you got people that still, like, there are homes that they're gonna find out their home's ruined, like, because they left, and then it got wet, and then they're gonna end up with a bunch of problems afterwards. There's that part. That's the. I wonder what the population was and is now. And percentage of people working, like what? Who's working? Doing what? The only people I've seen working are from out of state that came here to like write an article. Like, well, here's what they're doing down here. What are you talking about? I don't. Like, thanks for the press. All right, the media and the press that came through. Like, that's cool. But it's an overabundance. I've met more people in the world of the media and the press and all that shit since this whole thing than I ever have in my life. I was like, that's not the most important thing, y'all. Like, did you bring a trunk full of Starburst? Did you bring some beers? Some party favors? Did you bring a bunch of cocaine? Like, I don't know. Whatever y'all do. Anyways, what the fuck am I talking about here? Yeah, Leroy, I hear you on the trying not to engage. Yeah, yeah, well, I mean, well, your boy Kanye told you last time. What was the most interesting about this year? The last one, 16 years to the day, Hurricane happens again. What's the odds? Also, Kanye releases an album, 16 years to the day. What's the odds? Also, all this shit with Saudi Arabia and all this shit. Like, there's a bunch of things that are just, it's like time is on this cyclical repeat thing. And everybody goes, nah, that's just a coincidence. Of course it's a coincidence. It's what the word means. It's just a coincidence that I'm wearing shoes and that I poop in toilets. Just a coincidence. Yeah, because I like wearing shoes when I'm on, you know, concrete, and I like pooping in a toilet rather than in the street. It's just a coincidence, though, right? What a coincidence. But the FEMA thing. Getting back to that, I don't know. I've been, as far as I've noticed, like again, the people that are doing the helping. They're like there was like a whole thing, like an aid system, handing out foods and whatever. Like the people on an individual level, this is always a thing. Remember, this is what they said in Men in Black. And remember it this way: people individually are excellent, but when you get a large group of people together, you don't know who's running the show and what their purpose is. The guy that's handing out free food or the girl that's handing out free food, they're doing a great service. But the larger reason for doing such things, you can never tell. So I can't really tell you. What's up with what's up with the FEMAs? Where are all the people? I don't know. Have I seen it fed the ducks? Yes, I have. They already, dude. It's outlandish at this point. Like literally, they just stand on my feet, and they come up, and they'll like, if I'm walking by, they'll just come over and peck me on the leg and be like, "Yo, what's up?" It's pretty. I should have filmed it. It was funny. Like it happens every day now. I could go there like 2 or 3 times a day, and they're just like, they wow the fuck out. It's one of the highlights of my day. And some of them are really funny. Like I could sit there with 5 pounds of food. I fill up my bag, with enough with my speakers, with my phone, maybe a pillow, maybe a hammock, and however much bird food I could put in there. And then I could throw it all over the ground, and there's some of them that won't eat it. They want to eat it out of my hand. It's adorable. Yes, I said adorable. It's cute. I hate the word cute. When I said that, it's cute. It's adorable. They want to eat it out of my hand. There's no. And now the geese have gotten the big ones, the ones that are like tall enough. One came over and he was standing next to me because I was sitting down, and he puts his head on my shoulder and kind of hits me with his beak in my neck, and I was like, what is going on here? He's like, yo, because if I put my hand down here to feed the ducks, the geese are too tall, and the ducks are already in there and can't get it. So I have to like put my hand up here to feed the geese, and the ducks have to they jump up and try to get it. It's so funny. Yeah, pretty much the best thing ever. Ducks are out in my book. Yeah, the ducks are pretty hilarious. There's a few of them. I think you seen it the other day. There's a few of them that will follow me around. Like I could probably walk them around. If I got slick with it and I really wanted to, I could get them to walk around the city with me. I wouldn't even have to put them on a leash. I could get them to go to different places in the park. They'd follow me. It's pretty funny. I find it awesome. Oh, on the bright side, the pool is almost clean. I don't know, like the filter system for the pool is pretty dope. Because maybe go swimming today or tomorrow, which would be a fucking bonus. That would be awesome. I would just fall in the pool like this. Oh, and if you guys want to comment on how awesome my shirt is, go for it. I know, it's dope. Oh yeah, the Kanye thing. I seen a post on it the other day, and there was 4 things or 5 things, 5 major things that happened to the day, And then I think it's I don't know if Carson's in here. Your boy Carson was, I think he sent it to me, and we were talking about it, and we were talking about like the planetary and time cycles and things. And I was like, I thought it was supposed to be 17-year cycle, and he was like, no, well, it's because 2020 counted twice as a reset, so it was a 16-year cycle. Fucking hilarious. I don't know, man. Kanye, man. You got. I still don't know anymore. Like, how Westworld are we? Like, how many aliens? I don't mean to say aliens, like species from different realms, because we'd be aliens somewhere else, right? If we went to an outer realm, how many robots? More like, how many android things? How many? Which obviously I use an Android. I don't. I'm using one right now, and it interacts with me, and I like it. But like, how many people? There's got to be robots walking around, and how long has that been going on for? Tataria, or whatever you want to call it, was some big empire with this super high technology. Why wouldn't those things still be walking around that they made? They would have to be, right? Wasn't it your boy on? He just got like all of his channels got like 1 million subs just the other day. What's his name? The Indian dude. I haven't seen his videos in such a long time. Somebody help me with his name. He was on one of those. I wouldn't congratulate these people for being on these shows, but he was on like one of the ancient alien ones or something, and he did a show on. He does everything on like India, Ethiopia, Hinduism, and he was talking about how the story of some of the ancient blue gods were all were a hybrid of carbon and silica, and that the like Iron Man has that heart that is this, he has to plug it in, that there's that is a story of like in some old ancient gods in Hinduism, that it's the same story. And he was talking about how they used specific chemicals, and that was what was going on inside of the. It's a really long story, so you'd have to find his channel, but it's so interesting. He was talking about basically how the chemicals inside of it were so radioactive that people, and this is why they say you can't look at the gods. And because if you were to be around it and look at it, it would blind you because of the radioactive shit. Like you need to put a suit on, like a radiation suit, whatever. And they have to move the electrical heart piece that was made. They have to move it every once in a while. And to do it, they have to turn off the power to the entire city that they're moving it from too. So it's like a whole. It's like walking around the Kaaba, walking to Mecca, walking to like they were doing that because there was a purpose to it. It was literally dealing with technology. I forget the guy's name. I don't know why I can think of it, but yeah. Oh yeah, Praveed Mohan. Yes, there you go. What did she say? Woke up with a. What's up, Enki Anunnaki? Anukai. Oh, day 3? Really? I basically I think I probably I do it all the time. Like just go without, and then I just like. And it's weird. It's much like hunger for food. You're struck by it once in a while. You're like, Jesus, I would. Yeah, would you like to? And then it's like, would you like to go home with me right now? Because I'm on day 14 of a fast, and I just I think I'd like to release this right now. I did. It's funny because last couple days I did. I was having a little bit of a was spitting game. Didn't work out. I hit on a lesbian that didn't work, and I hit on a chick that had a boyfriend. Didn't work out for me. I was batting about 990 for life. So like if you're and those two those cut me down about like 985. Yeah. 98%. That's pretty good. I think that would get me in the Hall of Fame, Major League. Powers of the sun. What are you talking about? You want to see the sun? Here, let's flip it around. Let's see what we got over here. Yeah, let me charge. I'll charge up with you for a second, but I can't look directly in the sun right now because if I do, I won't be able to see the screen at all for like 10 minutes. There we go. There's the sun. There's the lions. Look at these guys. Aren't they awesome? And there's lots of turtles in there. There we go. Yeah. Well, holy hell, check it out, everybody. Let me, as I remind you, whoever is new here, if you donate, it'll go towards, I've already purchased a couple beers for the day, so I'm good. It'll go towards feeding the people in need right now. CashApp, PayPal, it's beneath in the description box. TsarXen, should be CashApp, PayPal, and Venmo as well. Oh, and it helped me if you used CashApp today, because I didn't bring any other cards with me. Because that's another thing you guys don't understand. Some places are only taking cash. So like I don't have any cash, so unless their power is on and their internet's working, there's nothing I can do. Some places I can't even purchase things up. It's really weird because like some places cash only, other places are credit card only. It's just it's like a whole thing, man. And so like the places that don't have power want cash, but then other places have power, but you can't use the ATM to use the credit machine. They want to use the credit card, but like it's like a whole thing, man. So if you want to, feel free to donate. And I'm gonna go try to find some snacks for everybody. And after I do that, maybe I'll take you guys on another adventure. I'll take you to another part of the city, and you can see some of the destruction. Maybe I'll go to a graveyard today. Who knows? But now that I'm just thinking about this, I don't want to burn my whole battery out because I don't know when I'll be able to charge it again until I get home. It's good to see everybody. Ah, blueberries. What's up, Melissa? What you doing? Yeah, the heartbeat's electric, huh? So I'm gonna dip out of here because I don't want to use all my battery charge right now. I want to go get some snacks. As per usual, stay cool, be yourself because everybody else is already taken. Go enjoy yourself a drink and have fun and enjoy the fact that you don't have to walk around in the aftermath of hurricane insanity. And if you ever get bored, look up Ida, Hurricane Ida, and look up Ida, and Pingala, and understand what that is. And then maybe you'll understand about like the two towers and why they break the pillars and the connection of masonry and shit. But stay wonderful. My name's Zen. You are you. Be weird. Be wonderful. Be creative. Help out when you can. If you can't help out, take care of yourself. But I'm out of here. Good to see everybody. See you soon. Toodles.